start. Hello, Miss Villa. Thank you so much for coming in to discuss your daughter, Zoe. She's such a positive addition to our class, and I love having her. She always has such an encouraging attitude. So over the past few weeks, I've been assessing Zoe in different reading areas. I gave her a reading inventory, which is essentially an interview that will give me more information on how she feels about reading and what methods I can use with her to help her learn the most. Next, I gave her a phonemic awareness assessment, which is the ability to hear and identify phonics and understand the sounds in a word that make up the meaning. Next, I assessed her skills with phonics, which was the ability to connect letters and sounds, so how she pronounces words. Next, I assessed her spelling in a spelling inventory, so just giving her spelling tests to see where she's at with spelling. And finally, the last part was I assessed her fluency and her comprehension, which is the ability to understand what the text says in a book. So some areas of strength your daughter has. She's comprehends text exceptionally well. I scored her as an independent reader, which is the highest level she can get. She is able to retell stories to me and answer specific questions that I ask without needing to look back into the story, so she can recall it very easily. She's also very comfortable with phonics. I screened her for what words were easy for her to understand and what ones were not, and she was able to read all of the words with no error. She's also an excellent speller. So some enrichment research-based strategies I would use to help continue her growth. To assure that she comprehends text very well, I will have her read a variety of books of her choice at home, or in the classroom, and have her retell as much as she can just to get her more used to doing it and strengthen her skills there. I would also have her read more challenging books that have bigger words with multi-syllables in them. That will help her practice saying these words out loud to make sure these bigger words continue the flow like her smaller words do. And I would also give her a higher level list of words and a mini whiteboard and marker to take home. So you can test her on these words and have her hold up the word that she will write on the board just to help her out with spelling even further. We do this in class and the kids really love it. Some areas of growth for Zoe: she has a hard time handling really large words. If the word has multiple syllables, she often has trouble identifying the word definition. And while she's a fairly strong reader, she has an overall distaste for reading, so she prefers other subjects definitely. And I believe this is also due because she gets overwhelmed by these really large words, so that's why she doesn't like reading all too much. So to help her grow with this, for her vocabulary, since she gets really overwhelmed by these large words, I would have her, I would make big flashcards at home that say like happy, sad, really like lower level words, and then on smaller flashcards write synonyms that are bigger. So for happy, write elated or enthusiastic, so she can see that, oh, that means happy, it's just a bigger word for it, so she can match it up and it gets less overwhelming. And it has been proven that having a wide variety of books available in the classroom will help students find their love for reading. So I have books in bins. They're sorted by like oceans, animals, fiction, stuff like that, so she can hopefully find her niche. I think right now she just doesn't like the books that have been assigned to her, and that's why she doesn't like reading so much. And I would at least have her read 15 minutes at home daily just to kind of get into the habit of reading. And it doesn't have to be fiction. She can read like magazines or newspapers, just some type of reading. And to help her grow even more, Brain Pop has tons of vocabulary games that will assist Zoe in feeling more comfortable with larger words. She can log in with her Kyrene ID, which she knows how to do. And she also expressed to me that she loves movies, so I think it might be beneficial to her to have her watch movies that are also books, like Because of Winn-Dixie or Diary of a Wimpy Kid, which I know she likes both because of the movies. So, how often does Zoe read at home?
Not very often.
Not very often. Okay, and what does she say to you about her feelings on reading?
She just says she has a hard time wanting to stay and sitting and reading it. She wants to go do other things.
Mm-hmm. I think that ties in with the whole like really big words. So, do you have any questions for me?
You touched on Zoe's spelling a little bit, but how is she? I mean, I know you said that with reading, she's the highest level of reading, but how is her spelling?
Her spelling is actually excellent. She scored 20 out of 25 words correctly when I assessed her on spelling. The only ones that she missed were really large words that she had never heard of before, like opposition and civilized. And again, I think that just goes back to the multi-syllable words. They just overwhelm her, so she didn't really know what to do there. But overall, she's right where she needs to be for 3rd grade, so that's good.
Okay. And she hates reading fiction. What can I do to help her
I think at home, similar to what we do in the classroom, by having like different bins with different varieties of text would really help her. So find out, I know she was interested in rocks for a long time, so maybe books about rocks, that would definitely help her.
Different variety,
Yeah,
what she's in the
different
mood
variety.
for. Okay.
Not all fiction.
How can I help Zoe become more comfortable with the larger words, since that's an issue?
I think the large words, the game with the flashcards would be really helpful. So just having the smaller words on big flashcards and then the bigger synonyms on little flashcards, so she realizes that even though they're large words, they don't necessarily have a complicated meaning. And that would be the best. Do you have any other questions for me?
No.
Okay, well, I want to thank you so much for coming in to meet with me today. And I expect positive growth from her, and I can't wait to see where her reading skills go.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.